Hey Instagram, what's going on this Monday afternoon? Hopefully you guys are off to an amazing week. It's Monday. Yes, hopefully you had an amazing weekend. Hey there, Alexis, how are you? I'm gonna let you join in just a minute. Hey Thurman, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us. We are talking about from cash crunch to cash flow, from cash crunch to cash flow. Listen, guys, really quickly, if you are just joining me for the very first time as you are coming in this room, make sure that you guys give me some love. Make sure you even share this out. We're going to be talking about we're talking about cash. We are talking about the cash. How do you go from having no cash flow to managing it, to being successful in managing your cash? Of course, for those of you who are joining me for the very first time, I'm here in sunny Southern California. Let me turn my volume up. Okay, I am here in California. I had to change that sunny Southern California because it's definitely not sunny today. It has been raining for the last couple of days. But listen, guys, I am Dr. Cozette M, America's #1 tax and accounting strategist. I work with my CPAs, my EAs, and my enrolled agents to help them grow, scale, and leverage. One thing that I do know for sure, as I've been talking to so many, there are 3 things that I know for sure. You guys struggle with your marketing, you struggle with your pricing, and you also struggle with your mindset. So I want to help you guys get through those struggles and help you go from stuck to unstoppable. All right. So before I continue to go on, because I can continue to go on, I want to bring up my guest, Alexis. You know, we're in the midst of taxes. We're in the midst of this busy tax season. I don't know. I've done at least 6 returns today, but we are moving and grooving and getting these tax returns out. So I want to respect her time as she is waiting to come on, you guys. So share this with your friends, share this with your colleagues, share this with anyone who you know is a business owner and they need some guidance. They need to hear this conversation about managing their cash. What is it that they need to be doing? How do they manage the profit? Where do they put the profit? Where do they allocate their funds? And what if they're in a pickle? So, hey, Alexis, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really good. Thank you so much for joining me. I like that outfit you got on, that top, that dress, that whatever it is. It's cute.
Thank you. I tried to put something together today. So
look, you know how it is when we got to go on camera. We got to look presentable. Put on something just from the top if it's the top up. So
right.
Thank you so much, LaShawn. Thank you so much for joining. Dr. CC, thank you. Michelle Cross, the realtor. Thank you guys so much for joining us. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the viewers and tell them where you're at and what you do.
Thank you. Yeah, so my name is Alexis Sidney, EA, and I am founder and CEO of the 12 firm. We're an accounting advisory firm, and we work exclusively with real estate investors and agents, and we help them gain financial clarity and unlock the door to greater profits through our accounting and tax services and all of the great solutions that we have for them. My office, we're located in Fayetteville, Georgia. So I'm not going to claim Atlanta because we're in the suburbs, but we're not too far from the city of Atlanta. And again, I've been in this industry for over 18 years now. I haven't left, but I've gotten better. And as I've been around, I've worked with businesses of all sizes and all niches. You know, again, like you said, it's tax time. And as you start to grow and continue to work with more entrepreneurs, you see that there is definitely a crunch for cash within their operations. And you discover that a lot of business owners do not have an effective cash management system in place to be able to manage things. So when it comes tax time, you know, it's just like, okay, we start discovering these things. And now is definitely the time to put a system in place because it is the top of the year. You can continue to see the growth of it as you go throughout the year. So I'll turn it back over to you for now, and then we'll get started.
Absolutely. absolutely. So crunch time, you guys. Now is a great time, but I say we should always be managing our money. We should be looking at, be forward thinking and not so much thinking about what's behind us. We got to learn to be proactive and not reactive. And typically around this time, you all, as our taxpayers, as our small business owners, we began to fall into this reactive mode. We are reacting based upon the outcome of our return, based upon decisions that we made in the prior 12 months. And we chose not to be proactive and put some systems in place, put some tools and utilize some tools and resources so that every year at this time, we're not scrambling. We're not trying to figure out what I coulda, shoulda, woulda did, but we have a system in place that we can go to, tools, resources that we can use to better manage our facilities, better manage our organization. So let's talk about those tools, Alexis. What are some of the strategies, the tools that you work with your clients on to ensure that they see the profit, to ensure that they're not operating in the negative? Let's keep it clear. And to ensure that they are managing their funds accordingly. They're driving themselves to success, as I like to say. What are some of the tools that you implement or you utilize with your clients?
Definitely. Yeah. So we do tax planning, of course. That's, like I said, being proactive. We also provide accounting and bookkeeping solutions for our clients as well. That allows them to manage, what they have coming in. But one thing that we do also is that we are a Profit First certified firm. So we do use the Profit First methodology within our firm to help our clients to be able to master having an effective cash management system in their business. So again, managing your cash is definitely key. A lot of times business owners, so often it's like, yeah, I made the money, but I don't know where it went. Or, yeah, it came in, but I don't have nothing to show for it. So by having an effective cash management system in your business, in your operations, that type of stuff is out the window, because now you're controlling your money. You're telling your money when it comes in, where it's going. And you have a plan in place for when the money does come in, where is it going, and not all of it's going to paying expenses and things to that nature. So that's key with having a cash management system in place, and definitely supporting the principles of Profit First, where we work with clients. We definitely do an analysis with them to see where they are. A lot of clients may not have accounting or bookkeeping. They're not keeping financials. It's just got my bank statement or my piece of paper or maybe my Excel workbook if we're that lucky. And not to say that you have to have that stuff in place. You should, because that helps you have clarity on what's coming in and what's going out. But we do work with businesses to get to that point if they don't have these things in place. And then what we do is we take an analysis of where you are with your business, what is coming in, what is going out. The stuff that's going out, where is it going out to? How can we trim the fat, cut back? Do you need all of these subscriptions or services that you have that we sign? I'm guilty of it. I sign up for everything that I feel, looks good. And then, down the line is like, I don't think I need this. Let me cut this off. But we have those conversations with our client, and it's something that we do quarterly. And we encourage our clients because we have to keep them accountable. And that's what we do within this system. So we run your numbers. We say, okay, this is where you are with your business. And a lot of times I always tell my clients, how can you possibly manage your business with one bank account or two bank accounts? And I know a lot of times clients, they get real freaked out like, oh, I can't manage all these accounts. My book is going to be a mess and I'm going to have this going here. And that's not the goal with this system. And we teach clients how to go through and how to set it up properly. I always tell my clients, like, you should be able to open your bank account and know, what can I put my hands on? What belongs to me? And with having one account or a checking and a savings, you can't do that. You don't know what you owe for taxes. You don't know how much bills you got to pay staff, you know, all of this stuff. How can you possibly do that? So by implementing profit first and the principles into your business, you know, it depends on your business and your niche. But with this system, you know, we have 5 foundational accounts that we recommend setting up. One of them is your income account. The next is your owner's comp. You have to pay yourself. The next is your tax account. You have your profit account and your operation expenses, of course. And what you're doing is you're working with us as a professional. We're saying, okay, this is where we're going to start at. Because the goal is not to come in and, you know, get you to the max point. You have to gradually work there. It's a behavior. It's a habit. And that's what we're forming. We're forming a habit of telling my money is coming in, and I'm forming a habit of telling it where is it going based off of my blueprint plan that Alexis gives me and say, these are my percentages for the quarter.
Yes.
So that's what I do with my clients. And it really helps them to gain clarity, especially for the businesses that are driving in profit and it's tax time and they're not setting aside that money for taxes. And then they get this big tax bill and now it's like, oh, gotta pay taxes. But for one, if you're working with a tax planning professional, that should never be the case for one. But if you're not, and that is the case, by implementing this type of system, you know, you have that visibility quarterly where you're building up the money for taxes and you're setting it aside and you're not touching it. Like you're not touching that money. No. So when it is time to pay taxes, you can go to that account and pull. You're forcing yourself to have a profit, you know, profit first. Like I believe in Jesus, Christian, all of that, the tithes first.
Yes.
So
true.
you think about it in this method, like profit is first. When income comes into my business, profit is first. And so you're forcing yourself to build a profit. And with the system, it allows you to take quarterly distributions and do something special for yourself. So no longer can you say that, you know, and a lot of times business be like, well, I don't make enough. It doesn't matter. You're forming the habit until you get to the place. We need to operate in the purpose of this is where I want to be and not when I get to $1 million, I'm going to put these systems in place. No, you do it with $0 and or 100 or 1,000 and you work your way up with that habit. So that's a lot of what I do with clients, and we continue to work with them, hold them accountable because, you know, you can't be one and done. You set this up and you think you got it. And then, you know, 2 quarters down the road, it's like, oh, I stopped. You know, you have to have that accountability to be able to continue, to be able to revise your numbers because you may have a booming, you know, second quarter. You need to adjust your numbers to account for that. And so rightfully with a tax plan, it's not a one size fits all for the year. Like it ebbs and flows. So you need to be able to touch bases with the professionals that you're working with quarterly to make those adjustments so that when we get to the end of the year, it's no surprises.
Right. So I have a question for you. So do you advise your clients to do this on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, or quarterly? Because I know everybody has a different school of thought. For myself, because I do follow the profit first rule or philosophy or theory, I do it on a weekly basis. And that's because I manage my money. I have Financial Fridays, and I come in and I move my money every Friday to the various buckets so that at the end of the month, I do my reconciliation and be like, okay, did I miss something or did I, you know, there have been occasions where maybe I've missed a week, but at the end of the month, I'll go back and reconcile to determine, does the total reconciliation account, you know, did I miss a week? So how do you recommend to your clients to move their money? Is it monthly, quarterly? How do you recommend?
All clients are different. So I work with a lot of real estate investors and agents, and they get deals that come in and they're not getting weekly deals. They may have one deal a month for some of them who don't have high sales volumes. And so for them, they're doing it monthly. But, you know, with those type of cases, they have other jobs and this is more so just something they're doing on the side. But generally, it really depends. I like to tell businesses to do it weekly if you have that flow of income coming in. But definitely, you know, it's your rhythm. You have to decide what works best for your business. There's no one, you know, right or wrong. What you don't need to do is move money every time it comes into the account. So if you're getting daily deposits, you should not be moving money daily, because your bookkeeper is going to be so upset.
Yes, that's true. That is too many transactions. And, you know, that's one thing we assess when we're onboarding. We ask, at least I do, how many transactions do you have that go through your account? Because that has an impact on the service fee in which we will be charging you based upon the transactions. It's just one of the services that we look at, the bank reconciliation. So yeah, that would be too much if someone was doing that on a daily basis. They could, don't get me wrong, if you have an in-house accountant or someone that's working for you, or you're a larger organization and you move funds like that, great. But I wouldn't even have it set up to manually move. It would be something that would be an automatic. Yeah. It would automatically transfer. It would not be something that I'd be sitting in here pushing every day. No.
Right. And they do have friendly banks that allow you to be able to do that, where if I say, okay, well, these are your percentage targets for the month, the quarter, and they have banks that can do that for those business owners, where it can automate it so that you don't manually have to touch anything. It goes where you tell it to go. And then from that point, you just spend and do what you need to do to handle your business obligations. So that's the beauty of this. But, you know, again, like I said, by doing this, you're taking your business to a position of, for one, you're having financial clarity. And a lot of business owners don't have that. And you definitely want to have that so that you can know like what is available and what you can do. And, you know, it takes the pain point away of, dang, I'm in a crunch.
Right.
Cash, and you can plan better when you have these tools and systems in place for you to achieve that financial success that you're looking for within your business. Again, I won't say that it's easy. It's definitely, like you said, mindset with anything, and the willingness to want to keep this going up. I have a few clients now that I'm trying to implement the system with, and they are giving me so much pushback because they're like, I just don't see how it's going to work. Because
they see the money being depleted from one account. They don't see that the money is allocated across the board into various accounts. But where they will see the impact is when it comes time for tax purposes, and they have the money sitting aside because they've pushed it to another account every, however, you know, in whatever frequency, quarterly, weekly, whatever. Also, if they utilize the system to its advantage, they will also see that they're building up a reserve because they have an account over there that's a reserve. And so any business owner that can truly benefit from Profit First and allocating your funds, especially over to the reserve account, boy, let me just say, when pandemic hit, if some of you were following the Profit First rule, the Profit First philosophy, the strategy, and you were putting money aside in that reserve account, and it builds and builds and builds. I don't know about y'all, but I get happy when I see my account grow. But if you see the reserve account growing, then guess what? It would have saved some companies, and they would have been able to survive and thrive a lot longer when we hit pandemic. But because you don't have an advisor, because you don't have someone on your team that's providing the guidance and instructions to you as to how you should follow the Profit First rule, the allocating your funds, putting together a plan. And this also, you guys, allows you to, it's good for tax purposes. And you said something, and I wrote it down, because when you set these accounts up, well, let me back up. It's always good to build a banking relationship. Why? Because when you have situations like this, you can go directly to your banker and explain to he or she what you are trying to accomplish, and they will work with you in setting up these accounts in such a way, is treasury management, in such a way that it's automated. You can tell teller or the branch manager, you want X amount of dollars or a percentage coming out of banking account 1 every Thursday, every Tuesday, every 15th and 30th, and it will automatically transfer. It's called a sweep account. It'll sweep. That's what it's actually called. It'll sweep from one account into the other automatically. You don't even realize it's happening until you look at that main account. You see that the balance is not where you thought it was yesterday. But you guys, take advantage of what Alexis is saying. This is some good stuff. And if you want to be good stewards to your business, and if you want to truly be a CEO that is managing your organization, managing the financial affairs of your organization, you gotta start doing things a little differently. Okay, profit first. Any final words? Anything else you would like to share, Alexis?
Just quickly, just to kind of piggyback off of what you just said. And another key thing is that you're setting the habit up to pay yourself. And so many of us do not pay ourselves. I know I was guilty of it. You know, first starting out, my money just went wherever. And as long as the business was going, I'll figure out a way to handle my needs, or I got another job or whatnot. But, you know, you have to pay yourself. You have to reward yourself as a business owner. You know, so this system forces you to do it. It may not be the top salary that you dream and desire, but again, you're forcing yourself to, you know, just do something for you and pay yourself as the owner of the company. So this helps you do that. So you can no longer say, I don't pay myself.
Right.
I just wanted to add that in, but other than that, no, I totally agree with what you stated. And definitely, you know, if you are struggling to manage your cash flow, or you're looking to improve your financial performance within your business, definitely, you know, you can ask questions. I will be happy to answer them. But you definitely want to consider implementing a system into your business and just getting some type of tool within your business that works for you, that you're comfortable with, so that you can no longer struggle and you can improve your financial performance and your cash flow.
So real quick to our viewers, what questions do you guys have? Are you struggling with your finances? If you have questions, just put them down. Are you wondering, I know she mentioned what type of accounts, but maybe you came in late and you didn't actually hear what type of accounts you need to set up. Maybe you have a question on, do they need to be, you know, business accounts, or can they be personal accounts? What type of account? Who's a good bank? What questions do you guys have? Where do you start? If you have questions, just drop them in the thread. We'll be more than happy to help you. If you're shy, whatever, just hop into our DM. We will definitely address the question there as well, okay? But when you ask a question, it's helping others who are watching this live as well. We're talking about going from, we're really talking about profit first. That's what we're talking about, managing our cash and making sure that it is in alignment with our needs. When we budget, when we forecast, when we do things a little different from the norm. Not everybody follows the profit first philosophy, but it allows you to forecast. It allows you to see where your money is going. It allows you to put money aside so that when taxes are due, payroll taxes are due, and the fact that you can pay yourself, you guys, you can pay yourself as a business owner and you'll be happy. I mean, like there are tons of business owners that go without literally paying themselves. What they do is they rob their own company because they're taking money out of the company to pay expenses, whether it's household expenses. But when you set yourself up for success and you actually pay yourself, you make a deposit into your personal account, not the business account, your personal account, and you start spending all of your personal excursions, groceries, cleaning, car payment, whatever. You start paying from your personal account, you feel good. Because it's like, I didn't have to tap into the company. The company paid you. You are technically an employee of that company, whether you guys want to believe it or not. You're not an employee, as we would say, in corporate, but you work for that company. You're the owner, but you work for that company.
Right. And deserve to be compensated.
Yes. Yes. And I can go into so much, but that's for a whole nother conversation. I was going to say something, but that's for a whole nother conversation. That's if you are an S Corp and you're on payroll and you get a W-2 at the end of the year because you are on the payroll and you need to go to, never mind, I was going to go deep, but I'm not, you guys.
I was thinking there because I'm like, yes.
I was about to go, but I'm not. That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But you get to pay yourself if you are a sole proprietor or if you're a limited liability corporation, or even if you are S Corp or a C Corp, you still need to follow this philosophy, profit first. Serious. I'm an S Corp and I still follow profit first. Okay. So listen, guys, Ashley, where can they follow you at?
So you can follow me at, what is it? The.12 spelled out TWELVE.firm on Instagram, and connect with me. Also, you can visit our link in the bio, which is easy. It's the12firm.online. And if you go there, you'll be able to tap into all of our different social media platforms. You can see any upcoming courses we have. We do have a workshop on Profit First coming up, Intentional Profits, on March 11th. So you can tap into that. That is a free workshop, and the links to register is in our link in the bio as well. And, you know, you can just check out the other services that our firm offers. And if you have questions, again, you can put them in the DM. I'll be happy to answer them, or at least get you connected with me the right way so that we can take the conversation offline. But other than that, I look forward to hearing from you all. And I hope that you enjoyed the conversation today. And it's been awesome just talking about this topic.
Yes. Profit first, you guys. Make sure you shift the way you think. It is a habit that you have to develop. And, it takes 21 days, as they say, before you can start shifting some of your old ways. I love it. I like it. I have an Excel spreadsheet. I'm an Excel girl. I know to just move money into one bucket, one category, and then it shifts to my bank account. Listen, guys, you can follow me right here on Instagram. I'm on all social media platforms at Cozette M. White. You can head over to YouTube and check out some of my YouTube videos at Dr. Cozette M. White. But if you are a tax professional, if you are an enrolled agent, if you are a CPA, and if you know that you are stuck and ready to do something different in your organization, you're tired of doing the same thing. You've been saying to yourself that you suck at marketing. You've been saying to yourself that you are tired of the clients that you have because they don't pay you, or you wish you can get a different type of clientele. You can. It's all about the marketing. If you're tired of the pricing, if you're tired of getting those same results, I want to invite you to Thrive Live. Thrive Live is a conference designed by a tax professional. I spent 20 plus years in corporate America, you guys, in the accounting, treasury management, taxation, financial planning, you name it, I did it in the financial industry. But if you're looking to grow your business, if you're looking for a strategy that's going to help you get on the right road and lead you to free up your time, that time freedom, get you some systems in place so that things are automated, develop a team so that you can gain back that time freedom, I invite you to join me to Thrive Live. All you got to do is click the link above in my bio, in my thread, in my up top, to get all the information. It is here in Los Angeles, California, May 11th through the 13th. Remember, if you're tired of doing the same thing, you're ready to shift, you're ready to be in an environment with thriving individuals, high peak performers, then I invite you to come on out. I've talked to individuals that say, I'm already at $500,000. I don't know what you can do for me. I need my time freedom back. I don't know what I'm doing. Some of us get to $500,000. Some of us get to 750, but we don't have the systems in place. We want our time. We want our freedom back. We want to be able to automate instead of working in the office 60 hours during tax season, 70 hours during tax season. It doesn't have to be that way, you all. Click the link above. Join me at Thrive Live. I'd love to meet you, greet you, and have the opportunity to share how I can actually help you get to that next level. Your next level is not the same as Alexis. Your next level is not the same as mine. Whatever that next level is, and you've been saying you want more, click the link in my bio and we can connect. If you have questions, just jump into my DM and I will definitely reach out to you and address any questions that you may have. All right. You guys have a phenomenal day. She CPA, Sadia Medina. I'm an Excel girl. I love Excel. I love Excel. I love pivot tables. You name it. I love Excel. I can do anything pretty much in Excel. I love it. I love it. I love it. But thank you guys for joining us. Alexis, thank you. I do appreciate you taking time away from your busy day. Have a fantastic evening, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.